Okay, welcome to the Kitchen Casino once again. I just shot a video, part 7 of my road to $50 to $1,000, and that's taken forever with 15-minute videos that I make 30 or 40 bucks in. So I'm going to up the stakes. I was at $269. Here's $200 in $25 chips, $69 in singles, and I'm going to combine the two systems that I have. The one in part 6 and the one in part 7, where I'm following the history of a number, and I'm also playing the 12s, the rows and the 12s. So I won on a row last time, and the last number out was the 22. So I'm switching, and I'm playing 25, 25 for the last two number 12s that came out, but I'm also going to play what historically has followed the number 22. If you remember this database that I created, where I'm creating a special pattern for each number that has came out. So it should be interesting. I want to up the stakes. I'm going to play 5 rolls and see what happens. I'm starting with the $269 that I had. I'm either going to win big or lose big. Number 22 doesn't have a whole lot of followers. 9, 12, 11, 14, 18, 22, 23. These are the numbers that have historically followed the number 22. 29, 31, 33, 36, 34. And what I'm going to do is, because I'm upping the stakes, where I've played here, I'm actually going to double the bet. So I'm going to be playing $2 on each one of these bets, and you know, the $25 on the second 12 and the third 12, and let's see what happens. Okay, if you see that, the number 2 came out, 22 came out again, and this is actually the third time that the 22 has repeated itself. So right now, I won this one, so there's a $25 bet right there that I won, and I've won $72 here with the number 22. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 4, here's 30, okay, 40, 50, 60, 70, and the $2 is right here. So here's, you know, the 5s that I won, and the 1s I just keep there because I'm going to use them to populate the table again. Now, I really shouldn't even have moved everything off the table because I'm just going to be playing again here with the number 22 pattern. But now I'm going to be playing the 22 on the rows, and also the 34, which the 8, the 8. So I'm going to play these 2 rows with a $25 bet, and then these 2 rows I'm going to double up on my patterns, and that was my first roll. I'm only going to do 5 rolls because this is going to take forever moving the bets around, things like that. So 22 again, 1, 9, 12, 11, 14, 18, 23, 22 already have there. 27, 26, 29, 31, and these 2. So, and then I'm going to double up on these rows. These are all going to be $2 bets. And I'll put the rest of my singles over here. Okay, So that was my first roll. This is going to be my second roll, and we'll see what happens here. And number one came out. Now this is the third time. This is actually the third time that a number one has come out. So again, I won here. Here's my $25 win. I bet 50, but I only won 25. Okay, and here, because I doubled that bet because it was on that row, I won $72. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and I still have enough singles to give myself another 10. Okay, so there's 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, and again the $2 is still on the table from that win. So just won that there. And these I'm going to use to repopulate the board. And we're moving to the number one pattern. Now there is a lot of data on number one, and we're also moving from here to here. We're moving to the first 12, which is the number one, and the second 12, which was the number 22 that came out twice. So we're putting $25 on each one of those, because those are the last winners on the 12s. And then we're going to rebuild the pattern for number one, which is 1, 3, 4, 5, 7, 9, 11, and we're going to double that. And then on the second 12, for the number one, we have 13, 14, 17, 18, 21, 24, and 22, and we're going to double those because we're playing double on the ones that have come out there. And then number one had a lot of data on it, comes up a lot. Now, but these are historically the numbers that have followed the number 21, and let's hope it just keeps following in order here. And let's roll the table. This is our third roll. Let's just represent my rolls over here. Now number 25 came out. That's a winner on the pattern, but a loser here. So I lost all these double bets here, but I won on the pattern. So 25, and this is actually the fourth time that the number 25 has followed the number one. So I lost all these singles. Well, actually I won 36 bucks. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. There's probably more than $36 on the table here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And there are 36 singles on the table. So I lost, what, $56. This 50 is in here. 5. Okay, so I have 35, which I won for this number here. And we're going to play the pattern for number 25. And we're switching back to the rows here. Okay, so number 25. Well, first let's do the rows. That was a repeat. So 25 and the 1 are on the same row. and then you have the 22 on the same row, 34 same row, and the number 8. So we're playing these two rows. And then the pattern for the number 25 out of the data that I gathered. Now, as 0 zeros come up, a regular 0, 1 3, 9 8 11, 17, 22 24, 27, 29 32, 3 36, and 34. And again, I'm doubling the bets on the rows that I'm playing right now. And that's what I'm left with out of that bet. So let's see what happens here. And this is my 4th roll. This table takes forever, but a 16 came out. Okay, so that's a loser with the pattern. 25, that's the first time a 16 has followed the 25. So I won this bet, won my $25 bet, but I lost all these singles. Okay. Okay, so that's basically 2 losses in a row, and we're moving to the number 16 pattern, but we're also moving back to the 12s here. So the second 12, because the 16 is there, and the 25, which is in the third 12, and then we're going to use the pattern for the number 16 and see what happens there. And we're going to double the stakes on that, and this is going to be my last roll. We'll see where I'm at. Win or lose, I'm going to catch it up, and that's going to be where I'm at on my road to $1,000. And 16 doesn't have a whole lot of data, so this isn't looking good here. That's all I've got on the 16 right there. So unless the data pattern like really wants to repeat itself, this is probably going to be a loss on the pattern. But we'll see what happens. And a 34 came up, which, of course, what I was thinking was it was going to be a loss on the pattern because we don't have a lot of data on the 16. So that's the first time the 34 came up after the 16. That was my 5th roll. So I lost these singles, but I did win 25 bucks here. So I started at 269. Lost a bunch of my singles. Let's see where we're at though. I started with 269, and I've got 50, 100. There's 200, 250. There's 260, and there's 269 right there. So that's what I lost. That's what I started with. 250. 69. What I ended up with here as profit was 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 95, $100 in profit over those 5 rolls, which isn't bad. That averages out to 20 bucks a roll, right? Even after 3 basic losses, I came up 100 bucks in 5 rolls, using a combination of the data that I've gathered and the double 12 system. So I hope you enjoyed this. Now up another 100 bucks. I'm hoping to get to 1,000 a lot faster by reinvesting the total bet that I have. So now I'm 100 bucks ahead. I started with 269, so my next video will start at 369, and we'll see what we can do to make that work.